Good morning. I think. Who knows what time or day it is? This is our new reality in quarantine. Like any good senior who has already had their last day, I procrastinated writing this speech until 4:04 p.m. yesterday, when I realized I better get to work. You know what I came up with? How to handle the confusion of growing up. In my experience, growing up is extremely contradicting. Your parents tell you one thing, your friends tell you another. Everybody has opinions on everything. Everyone says one thing and does another. So how are you supposed to know what's real? People tell you you're too young to know how to love somebody. People tell you that you're too old to play on the monkey bars. People tell you to never try some things, while your friends tell you to go for it. Although it is confusing to grow up in this world, I've discovered a couple of traits can help you live for yourself, instead of for everyone else. Every day, my dad calls me on my way to school. I occasionally end up rushing conversations in the morning because I'm already preoccupied the day ahead of me. So sometimes I would tell my dad I would have to go before I even got close to school by saying, "I'm pulling now." Whatever my mood, his mood, he would always tell me to go learn something, would ya? And most importantly, be kind. Although I responded with a silly teenager, yeah, I really did try to accomplish these simple tasks every day at school. I realized that there's more to learning than figuring out how to solve a differential equation or learning the exact date when something happened in English. It's learning from your first heartbreak, your friends, your experiences. It's learning from the times that make you feel happy and jittery inside, and learning from what makes you feel like you were just hit by a bus. Although growing into yourself in high school is confusing, always be kind and try to learn. I think that as teenagers, it's easy to get caught up in what you think you're supposed to feel. I think sometimes we fabricate our feelings for others. We cry because we want attention. We love because we want to be loved. We laugh because we want others to smile. In my first few months of high school, my neighbor passed away in a car accident at the corner of my road. He was 16. I was shocked and upset, and I realized the speed at which life could end. But at the same time, I had this overwhelming feeling of happiness and joy and an appreciation for the fragileness of our lives. I wasn't feeling this way for anyone. I was experiencing the variety of emotions involved in grief, and I don't think I had ever felt that deeply before. It's important to know that pushing aside pain is a wasted opportunity to feel fully, and it draws out the hurting. Know that emotions and situations are temporary, and that they are a time to seek the depths of what our environment has to offer. I found a quote that I try my best to live by when it comes to experiencing the highs and lows. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own. If you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. In growing up, learn to love and accept the pain and the joy, because it's an opportunity to feel and be alive and be human. I came to EA in the 4th grade, and we had routine spelling tests. It was my second week in, the word was triangle, but I didn't know if it was spelled E-L or L-E. I looked down and saw the corner of my spelling list in the compartment of my desk. I pretended to stretch as I looked down at the list and saw the word Triangle, and I copied it down onto my test. As soon as I turned it in, I broke down into tears and confessed to Mrs. Nasser what I did. Cheating itself wasn't the problem, but rather the way cheating made me feel. When growing up, be truthful with others, but most importantly, be truthful with yourself. Use your emotions to guide your decisions, instead of by what seems right to other people. Living for someone else is an extremely dangerous way to live your life, and it blurs your lens of your reality. I was comfortable with my routine in high school, but it took until April 1st of this year for me to realize that it's up to me to live each moment of my life exactly how I want to, guided by the lessons I've learned in high school. Using kindness, your feelings, and the truth. Be an active member of growing up. Know the consequences, but know what you want to experience in order to authentically live for yourself. The people telling you how you should grow up are not the ones experiencing it. This is your life, your emotions, your experiences, and you are the only one in charge of the person you become. Thank you to both of my parents for providing me with every opportunity to succeed.
Thank you to my dad for always telling me to do a crazy dance when I'm stressed out and for teaching me what it truly means to be kind. Thank you to my mom for teaching me that I cannot let that same kindness be taken as a weakness, and for always being my biggest supporter and encourager. Thank you to Steve for always pushing me to never be satisfied with my work, to think outside of the box with challenges that come my way, and to put things into a larger perspective. Thank you to my grandma Nancy for always being my go-to for grammar checks and for having the biggest heart of anyone I know. Thank you to my Aunt Sue, who is always there with amazing advice and killer fudge. Thank you, Eva, for reminding me not to grow up too fast. Thank you to Julia for always challenging me to ask more from the world around me. You are my family, and the past 10 years of friendship have pushed me into becoming a more caring, intelligent, and thoughtful person. You've been the perfect example all these years of the kind of person I want to be when I grow up. Thank you to Lindsay for always being there for me to make fun of and for being my little sister. Thank you, Johnny, for always being my little brother and for keeping me humble. And most importantly, thank you to all my friends at EA. Our memories have been some of the best times where I've really forgotten the limitations of being human and felt joy so intensely. You have taught me lessons beyond our years, and you will always hold one of the largest spots in my heart. I want to thank the teachers. Your passion, enthusiasm, and kindness has had the largest effect on shaping me into the person I am today. I never thought I would be capable of what I've accomplished, and you made go learn something, would ya, a pleasure, and developed me into someone who would never stop being curious about the world. Thank you all for listening. Although he didn't want me to give him a shout out, I want to thank Armand for always being my lab partner, biggest bully, and one of my best friends. As we'd say in Mal UN, I yield my time to Armand Pavani.